Hi guys, and welcome to another edition of Asshat of the Week, and this week we are going to kick off with some fantastic asshattery by our A20. Again, I record these in batches, so unfortunately while I'm recording these asshats, the XVM mod is not working, and I can't show you any details about how experienced or inexperienced players are. But Jellicum is a fairly inexperienced player. He is in his A20, and he is going to give our Hetzer a bad time. So here we go. So when we kick off the action, you'll see that our heavies are going to be moving down to A1, A2, and the Hetzer, I'm not even going to try and pronounce his name. He is setting up camp on the usual corner, and in the background we can see Jellicum 777 advancing in his A20. So shooting for absolutely no reason. He's advancing, and he spots his potential victim. He decides to move in beside him, decides to shove him out of the way. He's just being a complete and utter asshat. He's pushing the Hetzer, pushing him out of the way. And the Hetzer puts a shot into him, and shouldn't have, but he's being provoked. And again, the A20 is still trying to push the Hetzer out of the way. You might think it's accidental, but nope. You'll see it more obviously in a moment. A20 then pulls in front of the Hetzer. Can't hit a Hetzer at point blank range, but now A20 is just trying to prevent the Hetzer from playing any sort of game whatsoever. Yep, reversing into the Hetzer, trying to prevent him from playing. Hetzer is being quite patient, only put one shot into him so far. But nope, he is going to sit in front of this Hetzer. Hetzer calls him a noob and kills him. Goes blue, and apparently if you look at chat, the A20 also calls the Hetzer a noob. So yeah, some major asshattery there from the A20, and Hetzer should not have returned fire. Next up, we have 365 Eric from the NBC clan sitting in his FV304. It is a very, very close game. In fact, it's a 49%er, and this is a pretty good matchup. Lots of heavies and TDs on the enemy team for Eric to shoot, and he's in one of the most dangerous arty in the game. But no, Eric shows a huge level of stupidity and verging on asshattery in this particular game. So what does he do? Well, unfortunately, most of it happens outside of my view range and my radar range, but what I want you to do is keep an eye on the minimap. Here we go. So you can see our FV304 is advancing up the map. Yep, there he goes, 365 Eric, charging straight up the minimap. Again, focus on the minimap. I really don't know what his issue is. He's not a AFK. He's not. He hasn't DC'd. He is turning. He is avoiding these buildings. There he goes. Straight up the middle of the map. Unfortunately, he's off my radar, so you can't really see him. But there he goes. Completely ignores any sense of tactics. And yes, he's just died. He did manage to spot two enemy arty. But there we go. We've just lost one of our arty for charging straight up the bloody middle of the map in a very, very close game. But 365 Eric was not the only asshat in this game. We also had Theranikos in his Stir Emil. Here he is. He's sitting up beside one of our arty, Cow's Head, and here we go. So he's just taken a big hit from an SU-152. Okay, fair enough. So he decides to reverse. And he reverses straight into Artie. Then he reverses even further back. He's pushing Artie. He knows Artie is there, but what does he do? He decides to drive directly in front of Artie. Sits directly in front of Artie. Reverses into him. And gets TK'd. It's pretty obvious he knew Artie was there. He rammed him twice, then decided to park in front of him, then adjusted in order to completely block Artie's shot. He gets TK'd, and I'm thinking this guy is an absolute idiot, but if you look at chat, he says, just look before you try shooting. He's blaming Artie. He is blaming Artie. He says, if they hit me, I must drive out of sight. So, but he had driven out of sight and then decided to park in front of Artie. He's trying to make Artie feel guilty about that TK. When I am pretty certain he knew Artie was there, and I'm pretty certain he intentionally drove in front of the FV304. Really, because no one is that stupid. I was split on this one as to whether or not to include it in an Asshat compilation, but I already had the footage recorded, so I decided to put it in anyway. It's not technically an Asshat, it is a show of tunnel vision, and we're all guilty of tunnel vision now and again, but I've got a Wolverine on my team. We are here on Malinovka. I am heading up the hill, and I have got some backup. I've got a platoon of Wolverines coming up to support me, along with a Jackson, and most of my team are sitting in spawn, but well, that's what's to be expected. I want to get up into the dip, but unfortunately I'm about to run into a Hellcat. Oh, just spotted him, so he gets a shot into me, and I want to keep advancing to try and get into the dip. And I've got backup, but Hellcat's focused on me. He's just put a second shot into me. Alright, now, my backup has managed to kill the Hellcat, but I am on very low health. Hellcat has put 2 big shots into me, and right behind me, I've got Chuck Norris. So I'm tracked, on low health, and Chuck Norris is just advancing up behind me. Yes. So yeah, in chat I'm what the feck, and no apology, no explanation, and there's karma. He gets ammo racked by KV-1S almost straight away after ramming me, and yeah. I really didn't know whether it was incompetence. The more I look at this replay, the more I think he was tunnel visioned, he was in sniper mode, but still annoying as hell. Next up we have MK Gamer in his ISU-152 using the BL-10 gun. He's been having a pretty good game. He's up to 3 kills, but unfortunately our team has collapsed. We lost the field and we've lost town. However, even though it's 2v6, he is on full health and most of the enemy tanks are one-hit kills. Here we go. Now he has not been spotted yet. He gets 1 shot into the T-28, rolls a little bit low, doesn't kill him, and then on full health, rather than keep fighting, rather than possibly getting another couple of kills, he decides that he's going to suicide. Why suicide in a tank as good as the ISU-152 when you haven't been spotted and when you're on full health? I have no idea. But congratulations, MK Gamer, you are another Asshat of the week. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.